السلام عليكم اخوتي ومرحبا بكم في فيديو جديد وجمعة مباركة عاوتاني. الجمعة اللي فاتت شفنا البداية ديال الفيديو. هاد الجمعة غادي نكملوا نفس الفيديو، ولكن اللي غادي يهضر فيه على موضوع اخر. المهم غادي نحاول كل جمعة نبقى نحط فيديو عنده علاقة بالإسلام مقارنة مع الأفكار الإلحادية، الأفكار المسيحية، الأفكار مقارنة مع جميع افكار الوحده اخرى اللي كتناقض الافكار الاسلاميه، باش نشوفوا الاسلام على حقيقته. حيت الله سبحانه وتعالى كيقول لك فكر وتيقول لك قلب وبحث، ماشي غير امن. علاش؟ حيت والديك كيامنوا. يعني هذا هو الهدف ديالي، هو ندير مقارنه ديال الاديان اولا بما يسمى بحوار الاديان، نشوفوا كل شيء كيفاش كيفكر ونقارن الافكار مع بعضياتهم، وفي الاخر باش نخرجوا بواحد النتيجه شنو حنا باش نامنوا. وديك النتيجه اللي غنخرجوا بها اهم حاجه هو انك تكون صادق مع راسك في الاختيار ديالك، وان شاء الله ما غادي يكون حتى شي مشكل مع الله سبحانه وتعالى as long as you are صادق. المهم ما غاديش نطول عليكم في الاخر في المقدمات. ندوزو الفيديو ديريكت ونشوفوا حتى في هذا الفيديو كنظن غادي يناقش فيه الافكار النسويه. المهم شويه ولا بزاف ما عرفتش، نتبعوا الفيديو ونشوفوا شنو كاين.
Second wave feministic discourse. If a woman decided that she doesn't want to be touched by a man, if you don't want to touch me, you don't have to touch me. I'm not going to force you to touch me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And this is the ridiculousness of feminism. Let's move on the subject now. Let's change the subject to something else. If a woman, think about this from a second wave feministic discourse. If a woman decided that she doesn't want to be touched by a man, and that was her feministic stance, that actually I don't want to be, touched by a man, etc., then it would be a matter of stance, a matter of ideology. And if I were to protest against that, I'll say, look, this is the autonomous decision-making of a woman who is second-wave feminist, who decided that she doesn't want to be touched by a man. Why should you enforce your will to touch a man? And in the same way now, as Muslims, we're being forced to do certain things, like having a discussion of someone in the park, and at one point she says, okay, I'm not going to speak to you because you're not shaking my hand. So what's next? The point is this, is that as Muslims, we don't need to deal with people like that, to be honest with you. As conservative, or whatever you want to call us, orthodox or traditionalist Muslims, if you don't want to speak to me on my terms, look, I'm accepting the fact that you might be a homosexual. I only ask for your pronouns. I mean, I don't even know what you are. If you're man or woman or whatever, Lindsay or whatever your name.
الحماق هذا ديال هاد الحريه ديال انني نختار الجندر ديالي، نختار الجنس ديالي، واش ذكر ولا انثى ولا شنو، راه حماق بزاف. المهم كنتمنى تجي شي فرصه فين نناقشوا هذا الموضوع هذا، حيتاش الا كنت مثلا انا كراجل كنتحدى مثلا البنيه الفيزيولوجيه ديالي اللي كتخليني نكون راجل كراجل، وكنقول لا انا امراه، او العكس انت امراه بنت، يعني فيزيولوجيا بنت، ولكن كتبغي تعرفي راسك على راجل كانك راجل. علاش؟ حيتاش انت حره. فانا نقدر نكون مثلا عندي 60 عام ونقول لك لا انا بغيت نكون عندي 30 عام، اولا نكون انا عندي 15 عام نقول لك لا بغيت نكون عندي 30 عام، ديرني بان 30 عام. هنا غادي ندخلوا في واحد الروينه. المهم نتمنى تجيبها الفرصه ونناقشوا هذا الموضوع هذا بالديتاي ونشوفوا شنو فيه. المهم كملوا الفيديو، ما نخرجوش على هذا الموضوع.
Jack, John, and your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whoever it is that you had with you, because I don't know the pronouns of that individual that you had with you, that both of you walked away. But for me, say for example, I'm not in favor of transgenderism as a stance that you can actually change your biological sex from man to woman. I'm happy to have a conversation with someone who identifies themselves as a woman, even though they're biologically born as a man. Why? Because this is meant to be a free discussion with people that believe in different things. You can't handle it when someone doesn't want to shake your hand or touch your body.
فهنا كيكونوا فهمتي هما كيبينوا على التعصب اللي كيتهمونا حنا به كالناس اللي كيامنوا بالله، ولا الناس المسلمين اون جينيرال كيتهمونا باننا متعصبين، باننا تنبغيو فهمتيني كنضاهضوا اولا كنتعداو على الناس الاخرين اللي ما كيامنوش بنفس الدين ديالنا، وكنبغيو نخليهم يامنوا بداكشي اللي كنامنوا به صحه، في حين اننا حنا كنبغيو اننا ندخلوا في واحد الكونفرساسيون، في واحد المحادثه اللي تكون كل واحد يقول اشنو عنده وتكون فيها الحريه ديال القول. يعني انت قول شنو عندك، انا نقول شنو عندي، ويكون الاحترام ما بين الطرفين بجوج، بغض النظر انا واش مسلم ولا ماشي مسلم ولا بشي حاجه. المهم هو الرساله توصل.
Or doesn't want you to touch their hand or shake their body. What's wrong with you? At the end of the day, this is the muscular liberalism that David Cameron was talking about, which in fact is an impingement of traditionalist rights.
حيت هما كيامنوا مثلا بان المراه الا ما بغاتش شي واحد يقيسها فانها من حقها من حقها تهضر بلا ما تقيسها، هذاك الشيء حقها حيت هي حره. في حين انك كراجل اولا كمسلم الا تبعتي نفس المنهج ديالهم، مثلا انا كراجل كمسلم مثلا الاسلام كيقول لي ما خصنيش نسلم على امراه اجنبيه، فانني ما بغيتهاش تقيسني، فانا حر ما تقيسنيش ونهضروا بلا ما تقيسني. علاش انا غنتسمى مزيان؟ علاش؟ حيتاش انا ما بغيتهاش تقيسني. واش انا ماشي حر بوحدها اللي حره؟ ما فهمتش. المهم
We as Muslims have to stand here and say, you know what? If you don't want to talk to us on that basis, then we don't need to talk to you anyway. Because as Muslims, we have our own standards. And our own standards are based on Quran, Sunnah. If you can't accept that, if liberalism can't, and its permutations, feministic, liberalistic permutations, can't tolerate anything other than itself. Listen carefully. If liberalism and its feministic permutations cannot tolerate anything other than itself, I say to you, then what kind of liberalism is that? You don't even understand this ideology that you claim to believe in.
Wow.
If you're a
Actually,
free will, someone who believes in free will, as her point was, and liberalism, then really, why should you force me to touch you? Why should you force me to touch you? This whole thing of, and it's been part of the discourse nowadays, shake my hand or else. What? I'm a traditionalist Muslim.
حيتاش كما قلت لكم قسما بالله الا الافكار ديالهم كلها كتناقض مع ريوسا. كيامنوا بواحد الحاجه انك الا عطيتي واحد الحاجه الوقت فراه غتوقع، واخا تكون ديك الحاجه مستحيله. حيت كما قلت لكم دخلت في الحوار ديال مع الاستاذ ديالي على القضيه ديال وجود الله او لا الله غير موجود، حيت هو كيامن بان الله غير موجود. هو كيامن، ما غندخلش في الايديولوجي ديالو، ما غنقول لكم غير من ناحيه الهضره اللي كيفاش دازت. مثلا قلت ليه انا عطيته واحد الارغيومون ديال الانفينيتي، يعني لا نهايه ولا ما لا نهايه، نسيت المصطلح بالعربيه سمحوا لي. المهم الانفينيتي يعني ما لا نهايه. قلت ليه مثلا باش واحد الحاجه توقع ما يمكنش قبلها يكون واحد ما لا نهايه ديال الاسباب. الا كانوا ما لا نهايه ديال الاسباب ديك الحاجه ما عمرها ما غادي توقع. بحال دابا مثلا الا شي واحد بغى يعطيني مثلا تفاحه وكان ما بيني وما بين داك الشخص ما لا نهايه ديال الناس، وكل واحد خصو يعطيها اللي قدامه، وكل واحد خصو اللي يعطيها اللي قدامه، وهكا ما لا نهايه ديال الناس، فديك التفاحه ما عمرها ما غتوصلني. كيقول لك لا، الا عطينا لهاد العمل يعطيناها مثلا ملايين او لا مليارات السنين فان ديك التفاحه غتوصلك. هذيك التفاحه ما عمرها ما غتوصلني. علاش؟ حيت ما لا نهايه كتعني انه ديما غيكون واحد زايد، ديما واحد زايد، ديما واحد زايد، ديما واحد زايد. يعني ديك التفاحه ما عمرها ما غتوصلني. وبما ان ديك التفاحه وصلتني يعني فرا ما كاينش ما لا نهايه، يعني كاين واحد النقطه اللي كنوقفوا عندها. قال لك ما نعرف الا عطيناها الوقت ديال ملايير السنين ممكن توصلك، واخا ما بينك وما بين داك الشخص كاين ما لا نهايه ديال الاشخاص. راه ما عرفتش ما عرفتش داك العقل اللوجيك فين تيديو، والله ما عرفت بالله. هادشي اللي عطا الله.
I might decide not to shake your hand. Am I forced now to do something outside of my will? Because that becomes a kind of totalitarian system. You got to do this and you got to do that. All right, let's go to the synagogues and force the men and women to be together. Let's go to the synagogues and get the Orthodox Jews and get them to shake your hand. Same thing. Let's go to, and that's why we don't see them. We don't see those kinds of discourses with Jews. It's very unfair. When you look at, actually, I was looking recently on a Daily Mail newspaper, and they were showcasing the marriage between Jewish Orthodox people. And in that marriage, there was a separation between men and women, a full separation between men and women. Now think of this. Instead of criticizing, as they have with the Muslim community, the act of separating men and women, what they instead decided to do was, in a sense, talk.
هادشي فري الا شي حاجه داروها اليهود فحلال عليهم، قدوا يديروها. شي حاجه داروها المسلمين متعصبين، المسلمين متاخرين، المسلمين باقيين عايشين في القرون، في العصور الوسطى، المسلمين مكلخين. ولكن الا داروها اليهود ماشي مشكل، كنتفهموا. هادشي فري.
Talk about the interesting nature of that without a negative undertone or subtext. So what I'm trying to say is that how comes you have this way of dealing with the Jewish community, but when it comes to the Muslim community, you're starting to do this. Now look, what I'm saying is that as Muslims,
هنا كيبين لنا على انهم كيامنوا بالعنصريه، ماشي كيامنوا بالعنصريه، كيطبقوا العنصريه وكيقول لك لا حنا ما كنامنوش بالعنصريه، حنا ضد العنصريه، حنا كنامنوا بالحريه وحنا مع الحريه. في حين الافعال ديالهم كتبين العكس تماما ديال داكشي اللي تيقولوا. يعني غير ايديولوجيه كيسوقوا لها في الاعلام، لا ما كايناش في ارض الواقع.
If you can't handle having people that believe in different things in your community, then you can't handle your own ideology. It's not even about us anymore. You don't even.
عاوتاني هنا شي حوايج كيوقعوا ليا. المهم يمكن هادشي يقدر يكون كنقول لكم خارج الموضوع، ولكن المهم استافدوا كاملين. مثلا حيت سيرتو هنا دابا في الغرب كاين واحد الموجه كبيره بزاف ديال المثليه الجنسيه. فين ما مشيت كنلقى الاعلام ديال المثليه، الناس مقدين لابسين الحوايج ديال المثليه، الناس المهم كيديروا الاشهار للعالم ديال قوس قزح. يعني فين ما مشيت الا قلت لشي واحد انني المهم وقعت لي مع صاحبي انني مثلا ما كنامنش بالمثليه الجنسيه، او انني انا ضد المثليه الجنسيه، كنولي انا ضد الحريه، كنولي انا ما مزيانش، حين انني انا حر نكون ضد ما بغيت. واش مشيت عندك المثلي قلت له لا انت الا ما وليتيش مزيان غادي نقتلك، غادي نجاهد فيك؟ ما قلت له والو، هذا غير الراي ديالي، انا ضد داكشي، من حقي نكون ضد داكشي حيت اختاريت نكون ضد داكشي، وعندي اسباب اللي تخليني نكون ضد داكشي. قال لك لا، الحريه وكل واحد يكون حر، وكل واحد حر في راسه، وكل واحد قلت له مثلا الا بغى شي واحد ينعس مع عمو، او تكون عنده واحد العلاقه جنسيه مع عمو، واش هادشي تقدر انت عندك عادي؟ هنا تيتصدم وتيسكت. ياك غير دابا شويه كتقول لي كل واحد حر. يعني الخلاصه ديال القول، الايديولوجيا ديالهم او داكشي اللي كيامنوا به وداكشي العقل ديالهم مليء بالتناقضات ومليء بالتخربيقات. كنتمنى عاوتاني تجي شي فرصه فين نناقشوا هذه القضيه ديال المثليه الجنسيه وهذا الحماق هذا. المهم كملوا الفيديو.
even abide by the principles you set for yourselves. And so we have to retune the narratives. I think that nowadays there's a white person getting too rowdy like that. So to be honest, that's what it is. The white man thinks he's better than me. I see that
Right.
white girl thought she was better than me. I'm not going to talk to you. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you or your boyfriend there or girlfriend. To be honest with you, I don't know what she is or he is or it is that you had there with you next to you. And I don't want to talk to any white man thinking they're better than me. Come on equal terms, you understand? Just because I'm brown and believe in something different. Don't try and colonialize me. I'm not your little slave and you're my master. We're past those days, my man. Bring your qualifications, I'll bring mine. I'm probably more
هادشي
qualified
اللي
than you.
كيوقع. انا هادشي اللي كنعيشهم ماشي ما كيوقعش ليا مع كل شيء. عندي شي وحدين هنا صحابي المان زعما ما كيامنوش بهذا الشيء، يعني كيامنوا بالمساواه، يعني بحالي بحالهم بحال كل شيء. وكاين شي وحدين اخر كيامنوا بانهم هما احسن مني انا اللي مسلم مثلا. علاش؟ حيت هو ملحد وانا مسلم، هو راه احسن مني، بحال اللي هو راه فهم شي حاجه اللي انا ما فاهماش، بحال اللي هو راه وصل لشي حاجه اللي انا مازال ما وصلتش ليها، بحال اللي انا مازال لتحت، هو راه فاتني بزاف، حين انه هو ما جا حتى شي حاجه جديده. غير العلماء ديال المسلمين قبل ما نشوفوا قبل الاسلام وفي الروينه الكحله من قبل، المسلمين ناقشوا شحال من يعني دخلوا في مناظرات وفي حوارات مع بزاف ديال الملاحده اللي ناقشوا بزاف ديال الافكار اللي كيظنوا ان هاد الملاحده جداد انهم يلا وصلوا ليها. فراه المسلمين ناقشوها هذه شحال قبل ما يعني هما براسهم اللي كيامنوا بانهم جابوا شي حاجه جديده، فانهم راهم ما جايبين شي حاجه جديده، فداك الشيء اللي كيامنوا به راه ديباس اصلا من هذه شحال. المهم
Yeah, let's do an IQ test. The one that this racist round.
كما كنقول لكم تيامنوا فانهم اذكى منا، في حين ان ملي كتدخل معاهم في حوار قسما بالله ما عندهم شي ذكاء، كتلقى العقل ديالهم كيطفيو وكيخدموا الغباء، بحال ما عندهمش هنا عقل، عندهم شي حاجه اخرى. ماشي كنعايرهم ماشي شي حاجه، ولكن غير كنوصف كنقولها شنو كاين وصافي.
I'll probably get higher than you. Don't try it. Don't try it. This is the message to the white colonialists, neoliberal orientalists. Don't try it with us no more.
دابا هنا محمد حجاب اكتيفا المود ديال التنمر، هو في هاد الفعاليات هادو فهمتي، حيت تنتفرج ليه بزاف ديال الفيديوهات. المهم ماشي غير فيديوهات مناظرات، ولكن عنده واحد المود ديال التنمر، هو هذا اللي كنشوفو دابا، اللي انا ما كنسيبورتيش. انا ضد هذا المود هذا، ما كنسيبورتيش انني نعاير شي واحد اولا شي حاجه، حين انا حتى بعض المره كنديرو حتى هذه الطبيعه الانسانيه، ولكن كنحاول ما امكن باش نبعد على هادشي، حيت هادشي ما مزيانش لا في صالح الصوره ديال الاسلام لا في حتى شي حاجه. هادشي ما خصوش يكون، خص يكون الاحترام.
Because as Muslims, we're not going to have it anymore. And not only as Muslims, as ethnics in this country. If you can't handle the fact that we have baggage from other countries, you shouldn't have called us after the Second World War and your infrastructure was
sure.
was banged up,
Sure.
and you needed some blue-collar workers to fix up the country, because we are the outgrowth of that. We
Sure,
are the
yeah.
children of those immigrants that you called over. If you don't really like it, that you have brown people with
والله
different
العظيم
beliefs
اللي
in
هذه
your
وقعت
country,
ليا مع
then
المانيا
your
قسما بالله وقعت
forefathers are the ones who
وهذه
called
نفس
us
الهضره اللي
here.
تيقول هي لك
If you don't really like it that you have Muslims in this country, don't call yourselves liberal no more. Just move to an authoritarian style government. We got no time for you. Yeah? At the end of the day, your liberalism means nothing to us. And that's why I say that the white colonial overlord narrative is bankrupt now. We don't need it no more. Woman walking away because I don't want to shake her hand. What's next? What, you want me to lick something? Or kiss something? What? What, seriously? Oh, maybe 3 years from now, a woman's gonna do this and show me her breast and say, look, this is the white man's way of greeting. Can you touch my breast? I say, look, man, I'm not really into touching breasts of other women. I say, but this is how we do things in our country. No, seriously. I
لان
say,
هنا
okay.
كاين شي وحدين كيخرجوا عريانين، راه فري كيخرجوا عريانين مره، كيقول لك الا كان راجل يقدر يبين صدرو انا نقدر نبين صدري بحالي بحال الراجل. راه ما فهمتش هاد الحماق هذا. راك انتي واخا انتي كامراه راه صدرك ماشي هو صدر الراجل، راه ماشي نفس الشيء. انا مثلا كراجل غنخرج بصدري عريان، الا بغيتي انتي مثلا تحرشي بيا نقدر نسيبورتيها، ولكن انتي واش غتقدي تسيبورتي انني نتحرش بك؟ واش غتقدي تحملي النتائج ديال الافعال ديالك كما انا غنقدر نتحملهم؟ راه صافا با حماق.
Okay, well, touch the breast. I said, look, man, I'm not gonna touch your breast. I said, no, touch these, both. Next thing, get on your knees, please. No, seriously, like what? Where is it gonna end? If you shake the hand today and they try and force you to do that, next thing is touch the breast. What? Why should I touch your A cups or whatever you got? I don't want to do that, I'm afraid. So at the end of the day,
حشم صاحبي حشم.
I think the narrative ends here and the buck stops here. We've had enough. We're not going to do what you want. And by the way, you have no legal right over me. You can't say, oh, you have to check. No thanks. No thank you. And your boyfriend that you had there, what? Your little boyfriend that you had, I'm not sure what his pronouns or her pronouns are. Yeah, we want to play the game. I don't know. What is it he or she or it? I don't know. What, should I shake his hand as well? I don't even know if he's a man or a woman. So next time, don't try it. Okay, next time, don't try it. And the neo-colonial narrative ends here. So as Muslims, we have to, we start growing the confidence again. Walking away because I want to shake your hand. Get out of here. Imagine you're an employer. Think of this. Imagine that girl was an employer of some employees. Think of that for a second. Imagine that girl, if I was a Muslim trying to look for a job. And by the way, this happened to me. Yeah? And I'll tell you some secrets, by the way. I'm going to tell you some secrets. I was looking for a job as a young man. I knew that the first thing the white woman does is what? Bring her hand out. Shake my hand. What? We don't believe in... There are some interpretations of it, but I think the traditionalists understand. Take my hand, I can't shake the hand. I know already I got the qualifications, I got the grades, I got, whatever, but because I didn't shake her hand, what's going to happen? I'm not going to get the job. So, I'll tell you a secret I haven't told anyone before. Let me tell you a secret. What's your name, brother? Abdul Qadir. Let me tell Abdul Qadir a secret right now. Yeah? At one point, I was looking for a job. Going to one place, another place, and they all kept putting up their hands, and I was like, I can't do it, yeah? So what I decided to do was this. I went to I'm not going to mention what job it was, yeah? I went to the interview. And I wore some funky clothes. Not like what you're wearing. Who's got funky clothes in there? I wore some funky, nice colors, this and that, because I wanted them to think my beard was funky thing, not religious thing. You get it? Yeah, like hipster guy, innit? So I walked in. This is what we have to do. What we have to do in the Muslim, what traditionalist Muslims have to do to get a job nowadays. Imagine I want you to put this question in mind. Imagine she was an employer. Yeah, imagine what kind of discrimination I would face if I was trying to get a job and she was my boss. Think about that. She walked away. By walking away, she's just humiliated herself in the worst way possible, yeah? And she's just put herself as a case study for tens of thousands of people to see. Just imagine this. She did, I'm not going to talk to you. All right, cool. That's your stance, which means you can't tolerate certain traditional Muslim views or Jewish views or Christian views or whatever it may be. What I did was, I came into the interview, and I wrapped my hand around like in a cast. And I came in, and the woman was like this, and I was like this. Now I had the cast.
وراه حمق راه يديرها راه ماشي زعما شي
No, I
كيفاش
didn't say
شحال
to
راه
her my
حمق
hand
راه
was
يديرها.
broken or nothing. I just, you know. And then this woman was persistent, so she tried to go for the other hand. Yeah. So there was a coffee on the table, like this. I grabbed it and I was like, and I saw her coming close, so I just went like this, nicely. At the end of the day, I got the job for that particular work.
You want a coffee, by the way?
No, actually, no, I'm done.
No, I'll get you a coffee. No problem.
But no, it's
No,
okay.
okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem. I got the job at the end. Before something happened and I had to leave that job out of no choice of my own. But the point I'm making is that these are real life issues for Muslims, traditionalist Muslims in the world today. And not only Muslims, I'm thinking Jews probably have the same issues. You know, it's one thing to have your views, your colonialist, liberal, orientalist views about Muslim. But now when it becomes a matter of discrimination, that you are not even capable of holding conversations with me, you're not even capable of being in my presence because of this, then we know for a fact that the issue has become an issue of racism, really, and or an issue of discrimination.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people don't care what religion you are. This brown guy with a beard, not shaking your hand, whatever. So here's what I say as Muslims, we really need to reclaim the narrative. Otherwise, you're going to have another generation of young people having to do what I did to get after a long time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So to end the point there, what she did there, or what it did there, I don't know what the pronouns were. What that individual did was a case study of someone who is intolerant and cannot hold down a conversation.
عافيه الحال مسكين.
And had that person been in another context, that would have been detrimental to someone's livelihood, to someone's bread-winning ability, bread-making, and so on and so forth. So think about that, inshallah, and we're
المهم اخوتي كان هذا هو الفيديو ديال اليوم. جمعه مباركه سعيده عاوتاني. الا عجبكم الفيديو كنتمنى انكم تبارطاجيوه، نتمنى انكم تخليو جيم الفيديو وتخليو لي الاراء ديالكم في كومونتير. تهلاو نتلاقاو الجمعه المقبله ان شاء الله بحول الله في نفس الوقت.